Hello, ARMY! Welcome back to Top K-Pop, where every BTS story isn't just news, but an emotional journey about art, dreams, and unwavering dedication. And this time, we're going to talk about something that's truly shaking up the global fashion world. Yes, the big news that's currently capturing the attention of all international media. Calvin Klein's CEO is reportedly ready to offer BTS's Jungkook a super luxurious contract. The amount? So fantastic that experts are calling it one of the largest contracts in the history of the fashion industry. It all started in early 2023, when Calvin Klein officially introduced Jungkook as their global brand ambassador. The world seemed to stop for a moment. The internet exploded within minutes of the release of his first campaign photos. Clad in black and white, Jungkook exuded a charm that defies description. His calm yet powerful gaze, elegant posture that exudes confidence, and a natural aura that blends power and grace, all of which create the perfect image of the golden boy of fashion. In no time, the hashtag Jungkook's Calvin Klein was trending in over 80 countries. Every piece he wore, from jeans to jackets to shirts, sold out globally within hours. But this phenomenon wasn't just a commercial success. It was a revolution. For the first time, a K-pop idol was completely changing the face of Western fashion and redefining what it meant to be a global icon. The world called it the Jungkook effect. According to a Forbes report, Calvin Klein's global sales increased by 214% in just one quarter after Jungkook's campaign launched. Their social media accounts even jumped from 20 million to 45 million followers in just a few months. Meanwhile, fashion observers in Europe and America wondered, what exactly makes Jungkook so different from other big names in the industry? The answer was simple: sincerity. Jungkook doesn't pose to look perfect. He expresses himself to connect with others. His smile isn't a product of the camera, but a reflection of genuine honesty. That's a magnetism that can't be faked, a natural energy that transcends language and cultural boundaries. A few months after that legendary campaign, shocking news began to circulate. Sources within the fashion industry reported that the CEO of Calvin Klein himself had personally stepped in to renew Jungkook's contract. And the value? Estimated at over $20 million US. But what makes it even more extraordinary isn't just the amount of money, but the creative rights that come with it. Jungkook will reportedly be given complete creative freedom, from product design and campaign concepts to global visual direction. This is almost unprecedented in Calvin Klein's history. Jungkook is not just our model, said the CEO of Calvin Klein at a fashion gala in New York. He is the new soul of Calvin Klein. We want Jungkook to be with us forever. This statement immediately made headlines in major media outlets like Vogue, GQ, and Harper's Bazaar, all of which crowned Jungkook as the face of a new generation of global fashion. The hashtag Jungkook Forever in CK immediately shot to the top of global trends, accompanied by thousands of fan art and messages of love from armies around the world. Paris-based designer Louis Carvin even said, "Jungkook brings something that can't be bought, sincerity." That's very rare in the world of modern celebrity. Meanwhile, The Guardian wrote, "Every time Jungkook wears Calvin Klein, he's not promoting the brand. He's defining it." From Busan to the Grammy stage, from a small practice room in Seoul to the center of the fashion world, Jungkook's journey is a story of hard work, dreams, and the courage to remain true to himself. Now, he's on the verge of a new milestone, becoming the first Asian artist to land the biggest contract in Calvin Klein's history. But behind this incredible success lies one force that can't be ignored: ARMY. Every time Calvin Klein releases a new campaign for Jungkook, millions of fans from all over the world flock to share, retweet, and even buy the same products. The CEO of Calvin Klein himself once admitted, "We knew BTS had a huge fan base, but we never imagined this kind of global love." Jungkook and ARMY have made history together. And even at the peak of his fame, Jungkook remains humble. In an interview, he once said quietly, "I never thought I'd be working with a brand as big as Calvin Klein. But for me, it's not about the money or the fame. I just want to express who I really am." Meanwhile, Jungkook and Calvin Klein aren't done yet. In fact, what happened after news of the lavish contract broke out proved that Jungkook's impact was far greater than mere numbers and popularity. The fashion world began to realize something. They weren't just witnessing a collaboration between a major brand and a K-pop star. They were witnessing the birth of a new era in the relationship between Asian culture and global fashion. Days after rumors of the super luxurious contract surfaced, Calvin Klein's New York headquarters were reportedly buzzing with activity. The creative team, designers, and executive management were reportedly preparing an international collaboration project inspired by Jungkook's own vision. An industry source said that this project would become a new cultural icon, as for the first time, a K-pop idol was given total freedom to blend Eastern cultural identities and Western aesthetics in one global collection. According to a leak from the Business of Fashion, Calvin Klein will name this new line CK Vision by Jungkook, a tribute to his extraordinary contribution to shaping the brand's new direction. The collection is said to feature signature pieces that represent Jungkook's personal style, simple yet meaningful, minimalist yet powerful. From classic denim cuts to modern leather jackets with subtle details that reflect his artistic side. In fact, rumors suggest that Jungkook will be co-directing their global campaign video, which will be directed by one of America's leading visual directors. The campaign is rumored to carry the concept "The Golden Mirror, See Yourself Through Jungkook's Vision," where fans will be invited to see fashion not just as clothing, but as a reflection of themselves. And in the midst of it all, Jungkook will appear not just as a model, but as an artist, telling his story through every piece of fabric and visual movement. As news of this began to spread, major media outlets like Vogue Korea and Harper's Bazaar Japan immediately wrote lengthy articles about how the Jungkook effect has now transcended cultural and business boundaries. Some analysts even called Calvin Klein's move a golden strategy, because by partnering with Jungkook, they not only expand their market but also strengthen their brand identity with emotional values that other brands find difficult to match. Meanwhile, online, ARMY once again demonstrated their power. Within 24 hours of news of the new project breaking, the hashtags #GoldenVision by Jungkook and #CKXJK immediately topped the trending charts on Twitter, with millions of posts from around the world. Fans began creating fan-made designs, mock-ups, and even edited videos of what the collection might look like. Several fashion influencers even commented, praising how Jungkook had redefined the relationship between music and fashion. But behind all the attention, one thing remained constant: Jungkook's humility. In an exclusive interview on the sidelines of his latest photo shoot, he said, "I never thought I'd get this far. I just want to keep growing, and if my work can make others feel confident, then that's more than enough." That simple statement once again proves why the world loves him so much. Jungkook isn't just a pretty face in front of the camera. He's a hard worker who's built his career with sincerity, step by step. And now, as the Golden Vision project nears its official launch, fans are beginning to speculate that this collaboration might be bigger than just a fashion line. Rumors suggest that Calvin Klein and HYB are in discussions to incorporate Jungkook's music into the campaign, perhaps in the form of an original song or an exclusive score to be used in global advertising. If true, this would be the first collaboration in modern fashion history where an artist is fully involved, both visually and musically. ARMY knows that everything Jungkook does isn't just about style. It's about a message, about being yourself in an ever-changing world, about how every small step can be a huge inspiration for millions. So, the question now is, are you ready, ARMY, to watch Jungkook open a new chapter in Calvin Klein and global fashion history? Because one thing is for sure, when Jungkook takes a step, the world stops to watch. Stay tuned to Top K-Pop, because this story isn't over yet. Jungkook's journey has just begun, and each step will take us further, to a place where music, fashion, and dreams become one.